What's up, you guys? Steve here, and I'm really excited to share with you the information that I have in today's video because it looks forward to brighter days and potentially could put a lot of additional money in your pocket. And if you're anything like me, you've been sheltered in place the past couple of months and have found yourself at one point or another reminiscing of the good old days when you used to be able to freely leave your home and pretty much go anywhere in the world you wanted, like your name was Carmen Sandiego. And you think to yourself, why didn't I do it more? And you realize, oh yeah, it's because it costs money to travel. And so if I use my extra money to travel, I can't use it to invest in real estate or stocks. Link in the description below. When you download the Webull app, you can get 2 free stocks. Well, there was a bill that was put out this week that could give you the best of both worlds. It potentially could pay for all of your domestic travel expenses. Now, I've heard a lot of reputable YouTubers saying that this is old news. This is the Explore America tax credit that was discussed last month. And I'm here to let you know this is a new bill that was put out this week, and it is much more generous than the Explore America tax credit. So in this video, I'm going to be clearing up any confusion between the two. I'm going to be discussing what's included in this new bill. I'm going to be discussing why some senators believe that this could be the best proposed stimulus so far to revive the hospitality, entertainment, and travel sectors, which were absolutely devastated, and why some are suggesting that this could help revive those sectors even more than a second round of stimulus checks. If you like that, smash that like button. And speaking of stimulus checks, if you didn't see my last video, I'll put a link to it right here. We just heard this week from the president that there will be another round of stimulus checks in the next stimulus package. And if you like that, smash that like button. And if you do that, it'll help me out a ton. It'll just take a second. I would appreciate it. It tells YouTube that you like this video, and in turn, they'll share this with others who will want to see this updated information. So thank you. Now, first, to clear up any confusion, what was discussed last month was the Explore America tax credit that the president gave his nod of approval on. And he said this: create an Explore America, that's Explore, right? Explore America tax credit that Americans can use for domestic travel, including visits to restaurants. That's a big deal, Trump said, according to a White House transcript. Now, the Explore America tax credit proposed a 50% tax credit. That's a tax credit, not a tax deduction. 50 cents on the dollar, up to $4,000 worth of tax credit. In other words, if you domestically traveled and spent $8,000, you could then receive $4,000 back in tax credit when you filed your taxes the following year. And the only requirement was that you had to spend a minimum of $50 per transaction. So if you went out to eat, anything like that, the expenses on the receipts need to be a minimum of $50. And the hope is that this will help re-stimulate the economy and revive the hurting sectors of hospitality, entertainment, and travel, which roughly employs about 1 out of 10 Americans. We heard about this but didn't get a whole lot of updates or new information on it until just this week, when Arizona Senator Martha McSalley put out a new bill known as the Tax Rebate and Incentive Program, aka, wait for it, the TRIP Act. Now, the TRIP Act not only has a very clever acronym, but is also a very generous bill. This also proposes a tax credit, not a tax deduction, which is a very good thing. And I checked the bill up and down. It did not say a specified percentage. So in the Explore America tax credit, it proposed a 50% tax credit. Well, in this one, I don't see any percentage. So this could be a 100% tax credit. And what is proposed is $4,000 for individuals, $8,000 for couples filing jointly, plus an additional $500 per child or per dependent. So essentially, in the Explore America tax credit, a household of 4 could receive $4,000 at a 50% tax credit for the year. Whereas with the TRIP Act, a household of 4 could receive up to $9,000 in tax credits, and this could be a 100% tax credit. In regards to qualifying travel, the bill states qualifying travel must occur within the United States, including any territories or possessions of the United States. They must be a minimum of 50 miles away from your principal residence. And also, in addition to that, vacation homes are included. Now, as far as time frame goes, it says it must occur between December 31st and 2019 until January 1st of 2022, and it applies retroactively. So if before the shelter in place struck on March 2020, if you got some travel in, keep those receipts because it applies retroactively. Now, in the Explore America tax credit, it said that there was a minimum of $50 per transaction required to apply this. However, in the TRIP Act, there is no minimum transaction requirement. It just says the following in regards to what expenses qualify. It says some examples include food and beverages, lodging, transportation, live entertainment events, including sporting events, and expenses related to attending a conference or business meeting. Now, it did say that you could visit business conferences. However, the purpose of your trip is supposed to be leisure, not business. And it also said that if you take your own vehicle, you can include that in your expenses as well. Now, I do understand that there is still a concern with the sickness spreading out there. So if this bill does take place and you decide to take advantage of it, please proceed with caution. Take all necessary measures to put first and foremost your health and safety. However, if they are giving a 100% tax credit, pack your bags and let me know where you're planning on going. Now, I personally believe that we will be seeing, if not this, a version of this in the next stimulus package, because in addition to getting a nod of approval from the president, we also have seen this. By nearly a 3-to-1 margin, 61% for versus 21% against, Americans support a temporary federal travel tax to encourage people to travel, according to a new survey conducted by Morning Consult, commissioned by the American Hotel and Lodging Association. Now, a lot of senators believe that this could be the best proposed stimulus so far to help revive the entertainment, travel, and hospitality sectors, because it is encouraging people to go out right away as soon as it is safe to do so and go spend money to help stimulate those sectors of the economy. The reason why this might be a better solution than stimulus checks is because, according to research done by Forbes and MarketWatch, 78% of workers live paycheck to paycheck, and 74% of Americans have absolutely no savings. Now, this was reported back in January of 2020, prior to the pandemic. However, now that it has taken place and 1 out of 5 Americans are unemployed, collecting unemployment plus $600 and stimulus checks rolling in, according to a CNBC report, Bank of America reported that checking accounts now have a 30 to 40% more money in them. With people being sheltered in place and now collecting all of this stimulus money, they're not able to go out and spend it the way that they would like. And pretty much all of this money is just kind of being hunkered down in bank accounts and being saved, and it's not going out and stimulating the economy. So what they are suggesting is that by providing a tax credit after the money is spent, it is ensuring that the money will go out into these sectors and help stimulate the economy and get things rolling again. Because if it's just stuck in place in bank accounts, it's not actually helping the economy. The argument for it is that this will ensure that the money is actually going out into the economy and stimulating things, opposed to just sitting in place. However, the argument against this is, how can people even go out and spend the money when there is such high unemployment and people don't even have money to spend? They're just trying to figure out how to survive during this time. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on if you think that this is a good thing to include in the next stimulus package. I personally think it is for those that are able to take advantage of it. However, I know there are a lot of people right now that are suffering, that aren't even thinking about travel, and they're just wondering about the next stimulus checks and things that are going to be rolling in and when jobs are going to be coming out again, so that way they can get back on their feet. And for those of you that are interested in either of these topics, I want to let you know that as soon as I get information, I'll be sure to release it here on my channel, so that way you can get up-to-date information as to what's going on with our economy. Also, stay tuned for updates on the stimulus checks. President Donald Trump said that we will be seeing a second stimulus check. And thanks again for watching, you guys. And if you could do me a really quick favor, it'll just take a second. Again, smash that like button. It'll help me out a ton, and it'll tell YouTube that you like this video and they'll share it with others. And if you'd like to see more videos on the economy, on stimulus checks, on real estate investing, or investing in general, smash the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell, so that way every time I upload videos, you can be notified. And again, if you'd like to get an opportunity to get 2 free stocks, link in the description below. When you download the Webull app and you fund your account with as little as $100, you can get 2 free stocks, one of which could be valued up to $1,400. And you guys, I'm going to be sure to keep updating you on what's taking place. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. God bless. This is Steve.